Wow, this has been a long time coming. Back with a truck update, finally. Everyone's been bugging me in my comments, in a good way, on YouTube about posting a truck update. And it's been a rough 2 years with this thing because it's been quite the headache. So I dropped the truck off at the guy that tuned the truck originally. This was back in summer of 2022. Yeah, summer 2022. Wow, brain fart there. Ran into some issues, mainly the transmission. My fault. I installed the torque converter improperly. So you have to have, I believe it's an 1/8 inch gap between the torque converter and the flex plate. I didn't do that. I butt up the torque converter to the flex plate, which basically caused, I don't know the exact specifics behind it, but the fluid was like so burnt when they pulled it out, and the truck like did not want to go in gear. The transmission temperature sensor was like completely inaccurate, not reading correctly, which I set it up to scale correctly, all that good stuff. Was not working. So I got the truck back. I got the transmission rebuilt by this trans shop out in Woodstock, Illinois called Proformance. They're widely known. I believe they do some transmissions on some of the Street Outlaw cars, and he rebuilt it. Everything was good to go. I had the torque converter ran through just to make sure that was good to go. Truck got the transmission back, put it in the truck, got it all, working correctly. I had to update some wiring. I had 4-gauge wiring for the truck because I ripped out all the factory wiring. I put all my own wiring in, and I ran 4-gauge for everything, and the tuner's like, that's not enough. I would go with like 2-aught gauge wire. So I did that. Truck fires up so much better now, has way more juice. I got it all prepped, brought it back to the tuner December of 2022. They ran into a whole bunch of issues, mainly in the tuning software. They said that basically when I would start the truck, it would diesel itself to start because Holley has like some kind of window in the tuning software where it could be so far out. So they had to manually go in the engine with a bore scope, count the teeth, and then add those values into Holley. And they said the thing runs like a top now. Then they finally put it on the dyno. It made 680 wheel horsepower and 560 foot-pounds of torque. So before they kind of like flip-flop. Before it was like 675 torque, 550 horsepower. But after the TH400, E85 tune, yada yada, now the numbers are flipped. Now I have more horsepower, less torque. But the thing is awesome. I love it. So I got it back. I didn't drive it a whole lot because I have race seats in it. No interior, no airbags. So I've been waiting to get a cage put in. And that's been, it just keeps getting pushed further and further back. I got the truck back from the dyno in January or February of 2023. I drove it, a little bit during summer, spring, fall, just to, use up the gas in it, especially E85. I try to at least start it every week. But then I've been waiting on getting a cage to put in this truck. So I've been waiting for so long, and while I was waiting, I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to build a regular cab, 04 to 08, and I have all this space in the back seat that is not going to get used. I took out the whole interior, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace, see if I can find me a cheap regular cab. Well, lo and behold, I found one local to me. It has a 5-speed, which I want a 5-speed for a later build. It is a 4.2 liter V6, which I'm not going to keep. I got that truck for $1,200, which was a steal in my eyes because the frame was like the only thing I cared about. All the body work, if the body was a little trashed, I could always fix that. But the frame had to be in good condition. That way, when the cage guy welds a cage to it, it's good to go. There's going to be no problems. The frame is just solid. So I got that new truck. Well, not new, it's an 06. And so I've been selling off parts and getting money for everything. And it's been a long 2 years, but we're finally back. We're here. I'm going to start posting way more. And let's dive into the new truck. So I had a video of me taking the bed off and, getting it all prepped and ready. but apparently I deleted it on accident, so that's my fault. But here it is, '06 regular cab. I had another video of me showing this already, but you'll see that after this concludes. You'll see me cleaning up the frame and getting it all prepped and ready for pour 15. I have the C notches coming in tomorrow, so I'm gonna put the C notches in, and then I'll completely pour 15 this whole area, and then I'll be putting the bed from this onto there, and then it should be getting dropped off to get the cage done. But yeah, here it is, the '06. I already got most of the stuff gutted out of the interior. Pretty much all gutted. Got the race seats in there ready to go, along with the harnesses. Yeah, not a bad truck. Runs, drives good. I love the 5-speed. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, that's really about it. So now you're about to see me dive into a time lapse of me cleaning up the frame. You'll notice that the spare tire carrier is gone. All the evap stuff is gone. And I'm gonna continue cleaning all this up, and then it'll probably fast forward to me updating you tomorrow or this weekend when I get the C notches in. And then I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that install. That way I could post, like F150 C notch install. Yeah, you're not gonna see me take the bed off. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's only 6 bolts. Take it off, lift it off, whatnot. But yeah, let's get into it. But anyways, I just took 2 or 3 time lapses of me just knocking some of the base rust off the frame. So now, next I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off some stuff. I'm gonna get rid of all the evap, and I'm gonna continue to grind. I'm only worried about grinding most of the top stuff because the sides and the bottom I could get with the bed on it. I just wanna get all the top stuff prepped and ready to get the pour 15 on, but I can't do that until the C notches get here. I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'll show you what I'm gonna take out and cut out to get out of my way, and then go from there. So I'm taking out the spare tire carrier, which is this right here. I'm gonna move the fuel pump driver module out of the way. I'm gonna take this whole, for the evap, that's all gonna come out, so that'll be out of the way. So I'm gonna cut that out of the way. Most likely this will be out of the way, and then I'm gonna plasma cut this. So all right, so I got the spare tire carrier all cut out. And then I got the evap, all that stuff out of the way. It's all over there. I cut the muffler out of the way, the exhaust I was running from the back and exited this way. And then I was in the process of cutting off the bumper mounts because it's getting a roll pan, which connects to the bed. So that's just more weight that is getting off the truck and out of the way. So yeah, now I'm gonna finish cleaning up all this rust. The whole frame will not be coated in pour 15, like all this probably really won't. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can, but I'm more worried about this since once the cage guy puts the cage in, he's gonna have bars going from the frame up through the window to the cage. So I mainly wanna get the top side of both of this and all this coated That way, I really can't get to that with the bed on it. So I'm gonna get all that coated, and then if I have time or it's easy, I will coat some of this on both sides. But I will be swapping over, the axle from the other truck. So all this will be out of the way. These are gonna eventually get cut off, so I'm putting in a Voss relocation kit for the shocks in the rear somewhere back here. So these are gonna get cut off. This will all be out of the way once I get the truck back before I put the axle in. So then all this will be coated. I didn't take a video of this, but I did take the cab off like 2-3 months ago, and I coated on top and underneath there. Let me grab a flashlight and I'll show you what it looks like. So here is the frame with all the Pour 15 on it. Obviously I didn't do up in there or the bottom, because I'm gonna eventually do that with this in the lift, but I mainly wanted to get under the cab because when he attaches the cage, it will be attached to the frame, and I won't be able to lift the cab off once that's in. So I took the cab off. I did the tops and the outsides. I didn't do the inside towards like the transmission or the exhaust. It looks really dirty right now just because of it's sitting outside. Anyways, but it looks really good. I really like Pour 15. It is a great product. So definitely excited to see how it's gonna look on the rear of the truck. So yeah. So I got the old brackets cut off here and here, there and there. I just got to finish grinding this one off. And then the bumper brackets, I still have to cut off on both sides still, right there. So I'm gonna clean all this up. I took a lot of time-lapse video. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like once I have it all cleaned up, because my phone's about to die. So I'm gonna charge it, and then I'll take a video of what it looks like at the end. All right, well, it's the next day. I'm back. My phone died last night, and I got a lot done though. Got the heater going, so it's like -10 here in Chicago today. But I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you what I got done. I knocked out most of the passenger side, but I had to go get some more flat disc as well, because I ran out of that, because there's some pitting on the frame, and I want to knock it, the material and the metal, all the way down to that, so there's no rust underneath what I'm gonna be putting the Pour 15 over. It took me about almost 2 hours just to get it all sanded down the way I liked it. I didn't even get the inner frame done yet, like the inside of the frame towards like, where the axle and the drive shaft is at, but I'll flip the camera on, show you what I got done, and then we'll get back to it. So I got all this polished down, knocked it down with 36 grit. This as well, there's some spots like right here, and I gotta take this off still. And then this whole like inner side up top I want to knock down. I'm not gonna do like all this stuff because I could do that once the truck's back, but I'm gonna get like all of this done, but on this side. I mean, look at the difference already. I mean, crazy difference. So I got all this done for the most part. There's like a couple spots I gotta touch up. Getting all this done, cleaning it up. with the 36 grit, and then I'm gonna go over it with 120 grit just to make it nice, clean, and smooth. And then it'll be ready for pour 15. Well, that's it for this video. I wanted to provide you guys with an update since I know a lot of people have been asking. So now you know what's going on, what to look forward to. I have everything prepped. The frame's all prepped, ready to go. So I got that all prepped for the C notches, which will be my next video. I don't know if I'm gonna do the pour 15 in the same video or do, the C notches and the pour 15 in one. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next video, AKA probably tomorrow or what is that, Sunday. So I'm gonna try and get this video all wrapped up by tonight, uploaded, and then have more content for you guys. I hate that I haven't posted in a couple of years because I just been slacking, to be honest. But I'm gonna start posting a lot more, doing little projects, recording them, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.